Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and I was challenged by Bridget from Beasties to participate in the Better Care Challenge. The Better Care Challenge is going around on YouTube right now, where pet keepers are challenging each other to do something to improve the life of their pets. It might be an enclosure upgrade, or it might be a new hide, or better lighting, or it could be something as simple as adding extra enrichment or even adding additional playtime to a pet's day. In my case, I've been doing enclosure upgrades for all of my pets over the course of the last year. So when Bridget challenged me to participate in the Better Care Challenge, it took me a minute to figure out what exactly I would do to meet that challenge. Every single one of my reptiles and fish are above the minimum requirements for what they need enclosure-wise. In fact, I only have one pet right now that could actually use any kind of improvements to their enclosure, and that's my Axolotl.
Say hello to Amy, my Axolotl. She is about 3 years old at this point. I've had her for a little more than 2 years, and she is currently in a 20-gallon long aquarium. When I first set up this aquarium, she was much smaller than she is now, but she has grown. She is full size now, and a lot of the stuff that's in the tank is inhibiting her ability to freely swim around. There's not as much free swimming space as there should be. Some of the things are taking up a lot of space, like these bricks here. That's taking up a lot of space that could otherwise be used for swimming. Also, these pots here, they have rocks in them that probably aren't good for her. The reason they have rocks in them is because I used to have fake plants sitting in these, and the rocks were just kind of covering up the bottom of the fake plant. I don't feed her anywhere near these, but she's actually knocked the plants out of those pots completely. So I want to remove these pots and these rocks and these fake plants, and I want to remove these pots that I was originally using as hides. Basically, I want to strip everything out of this tank and completely rescape the tank, giving her more appropriate hiding places and also more free swimming space. Regarding the filtration, she's fine. She has 2 sponge filters. Over here is a sponge filter that's rated for up to 55 gallons, and over here is a sponge filter that's rated for up to 20 gallons. So she has plenty of filtration, and I don't need to mess with that. Her substrate, I mentioned this in a previous video, but these are not loose rocks for her substrate. This is actually a kitchen backsplash tile. These are 1 foot by 1 foot sheets that are made to look like loose rocks, and then I've poured sand over them. But now the rocks from these pots are starting to fall out as well and get into the substrate, and so I need to pull all of those out of the tank. One of the reasons I haven't been able to rescape this tank for a long time is because you might remember up until recently I had fish tanks on all of these shelves. Currently I don't have any clearance on top of this tank to actually pull things out. I actually tried to pull some of these smaller pots out, and I tried to pull out one of the filters to clean it, and I couldn't get it out. I did not have enough room. So now that I don't have a fish tank sitting on the shelf above it, I can actually raise this shelf several inches so I can get in here and work on the tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove her and put her in a container of tank water, and I'm also going to move this shelf up, and then I'm going to check back in with you when it's time to do the aquascaping.
A few moments later.
Okay, I got the shelf raised, and I got Amy over here in this critter keeper, which is kind of small, but she's only going to be in it while I'm rescaping the tank. She's not going to live in it permanently or anything. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull everything out of the tank and drain the water, and I might actually clean the filters and the glass as well because it's looking a little slimy in there. So I'll go ahead and get that done, and I'll check in with you guys in a moment.
1 hour later.
So here is the new Aquascape. Everything is removable and easily cleanable. I got this hide today at a reptile expo in St. Louis. The St. Louis Reptile Show is what it's called. It's the extra large Exoterra hide. And these silk plants are what were pulled out of the individual betta tanks when I tore those down to set up my divided betta tank. So the only new item that I had to buy was this hide right here. Everything else is items that I already had on hand. But she's going to have a lot more free swimming room. She's going to have a lot more coverage, and she's going to have a lot less obstacles. So I think this is going to work out really well for her. Also, everything is very accessible because of this tall gap right here. I didn't bury anything down into the substrate, so everything can be pulled out pretty easily. I also did a ton of extensive cleaning on this tank. There was gunk all over the tank because I couldn't really get in there and clean it before, but now I can, so I went ahead and I cleaned the filters and I cleaned the glass really well, and also I vacuumed up all of the gunk that was on the substrate. I actually had to fill and drain the tank 3 times to get all of the gunk out of it. There's probably a temperature difference between the tank and between the critter keeper that she's in right now, so I'm just gonna float that in the tank for about 20 minutes to a half hour, and after that time is up, I will release her into the tank.
One eternity later.
And there she is. I just released her into the tank. I don't think she has even realized what's happening yet, so she's just getting used to the fact that she's not confined anymore. Let's give her a minute, and I'm sure she'll start swimming around. Amy, are you going to do an explore? Please do an explore for the people watching at home. At least turn around so that your back isn't facing me. Please do something, Amy. But can you move around at all? Can you do an explore? Can you turn so that your butt isn't facing me? Can you do anything? I have all this room. Please use some of it. Well, you moved a little bit. Come on. You can do this. Well, again, you've moved a little bit, but not much. Are you freaked out from the new environment? I understand. Just give it some time, Amy. I promise it's not that bad. It's just different. I promise this is actually better for you. You're going to like it. Well, there you go. You turn around to face me now. Awesome. How are you doing? How you enjoying your new tank, Amy? I don't think you're used to having this much free swimming space. You don't know what to do with it. You'll figure it out soon enough. You're just as lazy as my bearded dragon. That's right, I'm calling you out. Sorry for the change in lighting. This was an all-day thing, and I've lost my daylight, so I've got no more natural sunlight coming in, but I've still got my studio lights.
But that's it. That is my contribution to the Better Care Challenge. And now there's 2 people that I would like to challenge to participate in this Better Care Challenge and to improve the care of one of their pets. Those people are Tarantula Cat and Emilee Rose. Whatever you do, just find some way to improve the life of one of your pets. So that means you can upgrade an enclosure, or provide some additional hides or enrichment, or a bigger water dish. Or if you don't want to buy anything, maybe you can clean or rearrange an enclosure, or give one of your pets more time outside of their cage, or find some other way to improve the quality of life for one of your pets. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, I have a P.O. box, and it would mean the world to me if you would send me something to open on camera. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.